Hello everyone, Mark here, Mark's Max Muscle, and we have a couple of announcements to make today, as well as a couple of physique updates to look at. We are less than 8 weeks to Olympia time, and this guy here, he involves both, I guess. This is Michael Daboul. He just won the men's classic physique division, of course, the Dubai Pro, just yesterday, I believe it was. But yeah, didn't even know he was competing, and he's headed to the Olympia 2 times. He's your Arnold Classic UK champion, right? I believe he won that event. I mean, this guy here, and I know I haven't been giving the men's classic physique division as much love as I could be as of late, but I'm sure we're going to be zooming in on the Olympia lineups. But Michael Daboul, he could be one of those guys. I mean, he could be a threat to the top 4, top 5 type guys. And this is the 212 champion of the Dubai Pro, and Mazin Al-Rabi. I probably butchered his name. He's hard to find on Instagram. Definitely hard to find. But I'll link you to, if you can't find him just using his name. But anyway, I'll link you to all of these guys on Instagram. So go ahead and follow all these dudes. He's going to the Olympia. He could be a threat, guys. A lot of big names in that 212 division. This guy here, you never know. He's a wild card. Now, let's move up to the big boys, the open class competitors. And this guy here is competing under 3 weeks. We will see Brett Wilkin. And I'm pretty excited to see him competing at the Romania Muscle Fest Pro. He's a good bodybuilder, guys, and he is another one of those guys that could potentially get into that enormous call out. They're going to have 12 guys out there, including Brett Wilkin, a whole bunch of them, Hassan Mustafa. There's a bunch of the dudes, but I mean, Brett Wilkin competing this close to Olympia time could be a plus. Could be a plus. He could, I don't know if he could nail it now. He could get a good result and then lean out a little bit more. So come Olympia time, he could be a dark horse prediction to get into that top 10. Here's a guy that is definitely going to get into the top 10. Take a look, if you will, guys. This is Hunter Labrada, obviously. And this is a recent guest posing down in Mexico. Must have been the Mexico Grand Battle. And I'm sure it was a grand battle, but I'm sure the audience was most excited to be presented with this giant. I mean, this is cartoonish. The thickness of this guy. Look at this, guys. And he has a lot of unfollowers, or a lot of you guys comment some mean and nasty comments. I just don't get the Hunter Labrada. I mean, look at this guy. You don't get it? I'm sure you're starting to get it now. Once he's leaning out and drying out and maintaining that thick, unbelievable thick stature. And look at this guy. Look at him. Yeah, and what are we? 7 weeks, so many days out. I mean, we're less than 8 weeks now, guys. We're less than 8 weeks away to the Olympia. But you could look at how dry he is already and say he has an entire 7 weeks plus to dry out even more. So Hunter Labrada, he got 4th last year, and he's looking twice as good already. Already he looks better than he did last year at the Olympia. So you gotta think, he will be hunting for a top spot. We're talking first call-out type guy. And we're going to finish off with a men's classic physique division update. We began with a classic physique guy, Michael Daboul, and we're finishing off with could be the next champion in rough diesel, Terrence Ruffin. He is, of course, your perennial contender for Chris Bumstead's crown, placing second, of course, guys, last year. He was the Arnold Classic champion, or he is, rather. He's the Arnold Classic champion. He's looking good. He is looking outstanding. As usual, though, this guy here, he never misses a beat. I mean, can he potentially catch Chris Bumstead sleeping? I don't think Chris Bumstead does sleep. The Canadian buck. Looks like he just hopped out of a ice bath, perhaps. I believe he did. But yeah, Can Terrence Ruffin do the impossible? Most would say no. But you know what? I'm kind of a betting man. I'm a betting man. And I detected a slight, and I mean slight, decrease in Chris Bumstead's momentum last year at the Olympia. I think in 2020 he was on fire. He was last year too. Just detected maybe in his eyes. Little less intensity. And Terrence Ruffin, he could capitalize on that. Or I could just be making that up. He looked pretty darn good last year, did Bumstead. I just think he looked better in 2020. And Terrence Ruffin, look at this. Look at this physical specimen. Have you ever once seen a finer one in your entire life? Well, Bumstead probably looking at his own mirror thinking, well, I look pretty good too. And I'm a Canadian angler. Hit thumbs up on the video, guys. Just a quick update to keep you guys just that up to date on all the IFBB action. And we are, like I said, less than 8 weeks away from the biggest event. Not only of the year, but of the decade. Maybe of the entire history of the Olympia, who knows. Alright guys, that's it for now. Have a good one.